Good evening, my name is Jennymar Torres and I am a digital marketing master's student at Tulsa University. During this video presentation, I will be analyzing Pricelines.com website's users agreement, or how most of us know it as terms and condition, as part of my Internet Law and Digital Issues class. First of all, let me start giving you a short introduction about the website. Priceline is part of Booking Holdings, the world leader in online travel and related services. Priceline.com LLC is located at 800 Connecticut Avenue, Norwalk, Connecticut. The site is promoted as a place to find the best deals on airfares, car rentals, and hotel stays, but it comes with some pros and cons. TripSavvy.com describes the site as a platform that allows travel companies to fill unsold products. Granted, of course, the prices are discounted, but some revenue is better than nothing. With that being said, let me give you a brief explanation about terms of use. According to TermsFed.com, Terms of Service Agreement is a set of regulations which users must agree to follow in order to use a service. Terms of use is often named terms of service, terms and conditions, or disclaimer when addressing website usage. This amendment sets the rules that users must agree in order to use your website. Therefore, terms of use are both business and legal documents. Every industry changes over time, but online business changes faster than any other businesses. For these reasons, you should give your terms of use and other website legal documentation a legal and business review periodically. After carefully reading the Pricelines.com LLC website terms and conditions, I must address that the site provides a valid contract. According to the American Bar Association, ABA, terms and conditions may be a convenient place to include warranties, delivery terms, and return policies, in addition to any legal requirement terms or required terms based on the nature of the transactions. Other provisions often included in the website terms and conditions are limitations on liability and clauses providing for certain dispute resolution procedures such as arbitration or mediation, and or designating a locale for bringing claims. Terms and conditions can also contain restrictions on the visitor's use of the website itself. In this category are prohibitions of copyright data appearing on the sites or forbidding the use of robots or spiders. When users navigate on Pricelines.com, they can scroll down and they will find the terms of use of the company. As for the agreement, it is on the first paragraph. Users can easily locate the following agreement between user and Priceline.com LLC. Priceline.com is owned and operated by Priceline.com LLC. This agreement describes the terms and conditions applicable to the service available on or through the Priceline website, mobile websites, and mobile and tablet application, and details your responsibilities, thereby limiting the liability of Pricelines.com and its third-party suppliers. These suppliers include, without limitation, the airlines, hotels, rental car companies, and other suppliers that provides travel or other services throughout this site. The site is intended for personal, non-commercial use. In addition, when users keep reading, they will find on the second paragraph a highly important agreement where it clearly states that before submitting an account registration form and or using any of the services on the site, please read this agreement carefully. By accessing any area of this site, users, meaning users or you in this case, agree to be legally bound without limitation, qualification, or change, and to abide by the terms and conditions which will constitute our agreement, or therefore the agreement. According to Priceline.com, users should also read our privacy policy, which governs your use of this site and its references in this agreement. If you do not agree with any part of this agreement, you must discontinue use of this site. Priceline reserves the right in its sole discretion to amend, modify, or alter this agreement at any time by posting the amendment term on the site. We recommend that you review these terms and conditions periodically. The amendment terms shall be effective from and after the day that they are posted on the site. Additionally, additional terms may apply when you book services or participate in sweepstakes or other promotions available on Priceline.com. Therefore, if a user has a dispute with Priceline, the company states that is committed to the customer satisfaction. If a customer has a problem or dispute, the company will try to resolve it. If the company is ineffective, users may pursue their claim as explained in this section. You agree to give us an opportunity to resolve any problem, dispute, or claim related in this way to this site and or in these related applications or service. Any dealings with Priceline, including with our marketing and customer service agreement, the purchase, use, or performance of any services or product available through this site. Any representations made by Priceline or our privacy policy, collectively basically claims, by providing notice to customer support. Unless prohibited by law or applicable law, any claim must be brought within 2 years from the date on which such claim arose or accrued. If we are unable to resolve your claims within 60 days, you may seek relief through arbitration or small claims court as set forth below. In addition, the company mentioned that this arrangement shall be governed by the laws of the state of Connecticut, which is in United States of America, without regards to conflict of laws. All claims or other matters in dispute between you or any third party and Priceline, its subsidiaries or affiliates, or any travel service providers or companies offering products or service through the site, whether based upon contract, tort, statute, or otherwise, shall be governed by the laws of the state of Connecticut, without regard to conflict laws provision that will result in the application of the law of any other jurisdiction. However, it's very imperative to mention that this on the site has a clause of mandatory arbitration, which users must read before agreeing. It requires that any of all the claims must be resolved by binding arbitration on, like stated before, in small claim courts, and it prevents you from pursuing a class action or similar proceeding in any form. These limitations apply to any claim against Priceline, its subsidiaries or affiliates, any travel service provider or companies offering products or service through the site. Priceline avoids liability for resort fees due to its on-site disclosure, which was the court case of Singer versus Priceline. This was a lawsuit alleging that Priceline improperly failed to disclose resort fees in connection with its name, your own price service. The named plaintiff alleged that he was willing to pay $107 per room per night in Puerto Rico. Prior to confirming his bid and his card being charged, he was presented by Priceline with a summary screenshotted above, which I am going to read. The website with the disclosure included the following disclaimer under an important information heading. And I'm going to tell you about it, okay? If Priceline accepts your price, Priceline will book your reservation in a property with an equal or higher start level that you requested. The hotel that is selected may or may not be one that you have seen during a hotel search on Priceline. The second one says that the reservation holder must present a valid photo ID and credit card at the check-in. The credit card is required for any additional hotel-specific service fees or incidental charges or fee that may be charged by the hotel to the customer at the checkout. These charges may be mandatory, for example, resource fee, or optionals, which will be parking, phone calls, or minibar charges, and are not included in your offer price. Below this disclosure, the plaintiff have an initial box next to the following text: I have read, accept, and agree to abide the Priceline.com terms and condition and privacy policy. The terms which contain the following possibly relevant language. Additional restriction. All hotel reservations are non-cancelable, non-refundable, non-chargeable, and non-transferable by you. Once you purchase a reservation, your method of payment will be charged for the amount shown, regardless of whether or not this reservation is being used. Credit will not be given for any unused reservations and cannot be towards any future purchase. Citing to the website disclaimer, the court said that the contract expressly envisions additional charges which the users will be separately required to pay. The court also said that the contract breaks down the total charges and offer price per room per night and taxes and service fee. On this basis, the court says that it's clear to the consumer that the offer price may not be the final price. The court also dismissed the unjust enrichment claim on the basis that the subject matter is addressed by an express contract. On this example, the terms and conditions and the website disclaimer. In this case, Priceline used the best practices to properly form a contract with users, but the question is whether the resort fee disclosures were properly incorporated into that contract. Normally varied boilerplates can undo a site's multitudinous sales efforts to leave consumers with a different impression. Here, the court allows Priceline on-site disclosure, which are buried boilerplates plus the reference in the call to action, to trump the many ways in which Priceline educated consumers that they get the name their own price. The only thing, after reading this, the only thing that I will do differently will be to have a clear stated heading that let users know that on services like the bidding, other charges may apply once the company has matched the best price, to avoid leaving some of these customers confused about the price they will actually pay. After this being said, this was my presentation about terms of use by Jennymar Torres, which is me. Thank you very much for your attention, and please have a good night.